Hi, I'm Ed Greenwood. Welcome to This Week at TEGG, where each week we'll tell you what's happening across the Ed Greenwood Group network, what's being published and airing, contests we're running, where you might find TEGG creatives hanging out, and, as they say, more. All the links you'll need are in the comments below this video. So, this is episode 1, and it's Monday, the 1st of May, and here's what's going on at the Ed Greenwood Group. First, publishing in Hellmaw. Hellmaw is our urban fantasy setting full of daemons who consider humans food and our world their prison. Just published yesterday, the novel Hellmaw Stormbringer by Steve Bornstein. There is something more precious than oil under the ocean, and it's every daemon for themselves in the fight to control it. Exiled centuries ago, Borana Praz watched as 4 men on a beach summoned a force of nature in the dead of night, a desperate ploy by a people under siege to fend off their conquerors. They died off, but it remained, hidden and building its strength, while the rest of the world forgot it. Now, he's finally found its lair 5 miles under the wave. But can he reach it and harness its power to return him home before his own nemesis reaches him? Also recently published, Hellmaw Dark Inception by Martin Trainer. A prequel to his novel Hellmaw Dark Creed, which we've already published. Betrayed and framed for murder, the daemon Akaname is banished to Earth, a place infested with all manner of humankind. Humans are weak. They are loathsome. Their world is sprawling and uncouth, but Akaname notices something useful in the behavior of these self-absorbed yet servile creatures. And that is publishing in Hellmaw this time around. Publishing in Stormtalons. Stormtalons is the Ed Greenwood Group's high fantasy setting, and it's quite different from most other high fantasy settings. In the world of Asmer, all wizards keep their magic hidden, or they end up working for a tyrant uber wizard or dead. That tyrant, the Hierophar, is opposed by the priests of the Six. And neither the Hierophar nor the priests can control the Stormtalons, magical mists that scour and transform the lands they drift over and enshroud. And it's said when the mighty dragons awaken, all of this may change, perhaps suddenly and violently. So, that, in a nutshell, is Stormtalons. Just published in Stormtalons, a novella, Not As They Appear, by C.A. Jarrett and J.R. Jarrett, and its prelude short story, Before They Appeared. So, let's look at that short story. What makes someone who they are? Is it their past? Their people? Get a few answers as far as Aram Winter is concerned. Meet his mentor, and the sister of Rêvre who raised him, and the decisions they made that led Aram down his path. And, in Not As They Appear, Aram is a ne'er-do-well out for adventure, coin, and the occasional busty lass, not necessarily in that order. Quillian is an elf who ran away from her family in the mists to explore the world of humanity, hiding her heritage. When these two fall together, working for a baron to find his besotted daughter who ran away with her lover, they find out some things are not as they appear. Also recently published in Stormtalons, The Queen's Scourge, a novel by Chris A. Jackson. So what is this, Queen Scourge? A man held in thrall by magic, and a woman's thirst for power. A woman for whom avarice and rule are as vital for life as breath. He strives for freedom, she for domination. And who is she? Well, she is Simbra Laraclia, who would rule the city of Tantalus through manipulation of the great merchant houses and covert piracy. Captain Kevril Longbright and the crew of the corsair Scourge are her secret and unwilling weapons. The ship is named after the former captain's nine-thonged lash, which is said to be magical. Simbra claimed the Scourge, and she also claimed Kevril, whom she wields as deftly as the enchanted weapon that never leaves her side. And that is publishing in Stormtalons for this week at TEGG. On the radio. For those of you who didn't know, the Ed Greenwood Group also has a media division called the Onder Media Group that publishes magazines, podcasts, and a lot more. But for now, we'd like to tell you about Onder Radio's May 4th podcast. So, episode 11, airing May 4th. In addition to news about Mad Max Fury Road, Anita Sarkeesian, and Burger King hiring gamers, this week's Onder Radio features the launch of a new segment, The Science of Fantasy. Dr. Rodrigo Salvador joins Dave Robison to discuss the scientific feasibilities of fantastical creatures. This segment features the discussion of flying creatures, with future segments exploring fire breathers, medusae and basilisks, rust monsters, and, as they say, more. That's On the Radio, episode 11, May 4th. And finally, members of the Ed Greenwood Group's Sessorium of Creatives who are out and about this week. First, Marie Bilodeau, author of Hellmaw, Eye of Glass, Hellmaw, Honey Boy's Hunt, and more, will be at Congrès Boreal, May 5th through May 7th in Quebec City. Suzanne Church, Arlene Marks, and Brandon Crilly will join me, Ed Greenwood, for a 2-hour TEGG panel at Ad Astra, just north of Toronto, on Saturday, May 6th, starting at 11 a.m. We'll be talking about the Ed Greenwood Group, our transmedia difference, and how the Sessorium of Creatives works. At noon, this will be followed by readings from all four of us. For those who can't make it to Toronto on Saturday, the panel will be broadcast via Periscope, and if I can figure out how the tech works, a recording will be uploaded here for you. And that is Out and About this week for the Sessorium of Creatives. Thank you. Well, we've kept you long enough. Those are the highlights of goings-on at the Ed Greenwood Group Network this week. Please check out the links in the section below to know more or to find our titles and buy them. And if you do, please let us know what you think. This week's giveaway is the premiere issue of Onder magazine, packed with good stuff. Tips and insights on writing, gaming, and art by veterans of the industry. A creator profile of Gabrielle Herbaoui, author of the Hellmaw novel Of the Essence. Brand new stories, in-setting essays and documentaries from Hellmaw, comics, book reviews, and more. All you have to do is be one of the first 100 persons to visit Onder Emporium, select the first edition of the magazine, and use the code Greenwood OM001. That's Greenwood OM001 during checkout. Thanks for tuning in. And as we all say on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and follow. Remember, links below, but you can't go wrong by starting with onderlibrum.com. That's ONDERLIBRUM.com and theedgreenwoodgroup.com. And that's TEGGEREENWOOD group GROUP.com. Thank you. See you next time.